All right, now we're doing 7Q colored triangles. This is by Avanta, and 94% of people like it. We can try another one later, but whatever. A colored triangle is created from a row of colors, each of which is red, green, or blue, successive rows, each containing one fewer color than the last, blah, 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 blah. So basically, if it's the same, like here's we're going to get a row like this, and if they're the same next to each other, on the next row it's going to be the same. And if they're different, we're going to give whichever one they're not. Hopefully that makes sense. So like right here, green and blue, it's going to be red. Blue and red is going to be green, and then blue and blue over here is going to be blue. And then we're just going to we're going to do this so many times until we get to this last one when there's only one left. All right, so basically for this one, let's start off by declaring the initial value. We're going to say let result equal an empty string. Now we're going to take care of the edge case just in case it starts off with just one. So we're going to say if row dot length equals 1, we're going to say result equals row. All right? And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to say we're going to do a for loop iterating through this one so that we can either make the next row the same or different. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to say we're going to say for let I equals 0 while I is less than row dot length, and then we're going to do -1 because once we get to this one, we don't need to go to this one, all right? Because this one doesn't have another one after it. We're going to say I plus plus, like that. So then right now we're going to say, what are we going to say here? We're going to say if row at I equals row at I plus 1, we're going to say result plus equals, we're going to plus equal on there, row at I. All right? And we're going to say down here, else, if they're not equal, what we're going to do is we're going to say RGB, like this, and then we're going to use the replace method, dot replace. And if you don't know about the replace method, it returns a new string with one, some, or all matches of a pattern replaced by a replacement. The pattern can be a string or a regex, and the replacement can be a string or a function called for each match. So basically, we're just going to have a pattern, which we're going to be looking for whatever is at row I, and then the replacement is just going to be an empty string because we don't need, if it's either this one, if it's red or green, we can just take red and green out of it, and all that's going to be left is going to be blue. So we're going to say, we're going to replace row at I with this, all right? And then we're going to do another replace, and then we're going to say row at I plus 1 with this, all right? So like I said, if if it's just red, and we're going to replace green with this and replace blue with this. Excuse me, if it's green and blue, we're going to replace green with this and blue with this, and we're just going to be left with red. And we're going to say, excuse me, result plus equals. All right, so it's going to push whatever one's left in there. All right. Now we've got that taken care of. Now we're just going to have to do a little bit of recursion to take care of the rest of this. So if you don't know about recursion, it's just the act of a function calling itself used to solve problems that contain smaller subproblems. So basically we're just going to go through again and again and again until we just have one left, all right? So down here, we're going to say after this for loop, we're going to say if, let's see, if result dot length is greater than 1, let's wrap this up in parentheses, what we're going to do is we're going to say triangle. We're going to use recursion, and we're going to just say triangle on result. All right. And if not, we're going to say else. Just return. Oops. Let's say return that, and else we're going to return result. All right. And hopefully this works. Let's see what happens. All right. Good. Awesome. Let's attempt it. Great. Submit it. All right. And you can see it's pretty much exactly the same as this one. They use the ternary operator, but this one, it gets a little confusing with so many ternary operators in one, in my opinion. You know, so sometimes I think typing it all out is a better practice. This one's using a switch statement. This one's using an object, and then a map function slice. I'd have to look at this one to figure that one out, but whatever. Let's go to mine over here. Very much like this, just me right here. Best practice in my opinion, and we'll see you next time.